Who needs Fiendsmith cards in order to win a regional? You guys smash the link, grab out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more on we have your breakdown out of the Georgia regional for you today. And I gotta tell you, man, I didn't expect to see Ritual Beast being one of these top competitors out here. You know, Ritual Beast has kind of had an interesting time this format. Boo, it's Protoss control. Well, okay, I will say, most of these lists typically do involve Protoss or Colossus. When we get to the deck list here, we'll see if that does end up holding to be true or not, if those cards are the glue that holds that deck together. We also had two Yubel variations out here. Now, no matter how you want to spin it, Yubel is going to be that deck that is going to sit here in the meta. It's going to be the troublesome little child, and it's still going to take away any sort of real hopes and dreams that you might be having about trying to get a top cut. All right, it's the oops, I made a board, what you gonna do? Now, winning this event was actually a Fire King Snake Eyes build with 0 Fiendsmith cards. Congratulations, you have shown the world now that having those Fiendsmith cards, Fiendsmith package is good. It is incredibly strong. But the TCG kind of amputating that and kind of getting us back to a decent format was good. Oh, and of course, there was a Tenpai in the top cut. I don't have the list for that, which is fine. We do have a Voiceless voice in top cut as well. That is very refreshing to see. I love Voiceless voice. I think that the deck is still an incredibly good pick for the meta, so to still see that, that's good. And we also have a Memento duelist out here. Memento was not on my list of things either. You know, the deck is incredibly good, but I was kind of a little bit let down with how things have been shaping up here. So, refreshing. That's a decent amount of rogue. Let's pass on over those deck lists. Oh, starting things off here, we have our Fire King, first place. Hi, Barong. How are you? It's been so long, dear old friend. I'm glad to see that you're doing well. I see that we are also doing Triple Kieran in here. All right, sure. I guess if you need to see the power lines, this is going to be probably the best way to go about it. I see that Birch has also been seeing a lot of play now. Even in like the pure versions of Snake Eye or the Fiendsmith versions too, like you are dedicating this as an extender because you kind of need it. Also, double Promethean Princess. I mean, to be fair, we can't really forget that the Snake Eyes version of this was, you know, needing all the little extra power lines that you could get. We are playing the one skill drain, that's fine. I also have the Fuawars in here as well. I'm glad to see that you're here and doing well, friend. Yeah, I don't see anything else really too crazy sticking out to me in this list that screams, you know, this makes the deck extremely broken. No, we're not playing Circle, which I did see was a cool little tech choice recently, but okay. Ooh, we have a standardized AF Yubel list. Dedicating the one slot to good old Lurie and Engraver. How are you, friends? Two Spirit of Yubel has also become an extremely standard thing with the one-ups here. I still wish I could play the third stage, but you know, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Limiting this card definitely hurt this deck a lot. In terms of side deck, this is cute. Having the one-up Change Your Heart and the triple Mind Control. Well, I mean, to be fair, like, your opponent's not really going to be able to do anything about this. You know, if you get this to stick and resolve, they're just going to go into an extremely bad position, or, you know, you're just going to OTK them. It really just depends on how your board is and what you're able to do, or, you know, you just link out whatever threat that they actually have just produced, which works too. I see a large buy-steal count here, which is fine. I consider this large because most builds will try like 1-1. Okay, that's interesting. Sure. Voiceless voice. Talk about interesting. So your big takeaways here. We're doing double Sarvis, but we're only playing one Skull Guardian in here. Has Skull Guardian become a brick to people? Like, have we gotten to the point that this card is not really worth playing because it's an inconvenience? Okay, I also see here that we are playing the Nadir Servant package in here. So by playing the Nadir Servant stuff, you're able to kind of get to this card right here, which I'm not gonna lie, having a Winda standing next to a Skull Guardian probably wins you some free games, I could only imagine. Because you have the imperm protection, which means your opponent's not gonna be able to play on like one summon. I guess that's good. We also have the crossouts in here for the one of Droll. Interesting that we weren't playing it. We weren't playing a shifter either, in case we got sucked up into the unlimited banish works. But I think that that's fine. Yeah, looking at this list, this is cool to see these ratios developing. Okay, next up here, Memento combo. So in the current iteration of things, it does look like you are going to have to kind of rely on the Fiendsmith package, kind of be that piece that needs to hold you together. Because no matter how you want to spin it, I mean, the Memento still loses or has a hard time with D-Shifter. And I see that we're not even main deck shifter proof here, the way that it looks. I see that we do have, man, we are citing the third Memento fusion. This is interesting. Does the third actually come up? Like, are we at a point here that we need to have this? Okay, I also see here that we have Metaltronus as a 3 of in here. Excuse me. Metaltronus has been gaining some interesting play lines out here as of late, and I think that's fine. Having this kind of show up as a cute little option is kind of cool. And then, of course, we are playing the Agave Dragon for time. Gotta love stealing some stupid games. All right, that's incredibly cool. Next up here, we have Ritual Beast. Wait, we're not playing Protoss in my Ritual Beast deck? Okay, well, that's kind of cute. I see that having the times change here is not a bad thing. But instead, we're playing double Steeds. I've said in a couple other videos, I think 2 Steeds is good. I think that being able to have this card be a little pop for you is going to be extremely good, especially when you aren't locked behind one of these per turn. Alright, like, that's the stupid thing. If your opponent manages, you use the first one, your opponent's able to recover, you can just use the second one and put them in an even worse position. I also see that we are playing the one Ritual Beast Ambush in here. I have not hardly seen anybody talking about Ambush at all, but this is incredibly cute to see. I see that we are doing the different dimension ground in here as well. Yeah, hi Colossus. At least York here. Alright, gotta have one floodgate, right? Now this is the standard Ritual Beast list. This is what I was expecting to see out here. You know, this deck's generic Floodgate presence going to be extremely standard. You do have the double Inheritance. Why is Inheritance such a good card? Like, I swear. We also have the power of the Steeds, so you can, you know, go through those punishing effects on your opponent. Yeah, I too love blowing up their field. Ha ha ha. We have the Malcharmies down here in the side deck, which is fine. Of course, Dark Rulers for the board breaking capabilities. You know, last format, you kind of had to rely on this card. You needed this card to be the card to, you know, pressure through your opponent and do the thing, and it's still doing good. And of course, having the Purge here on the side I don't think is all that bad either. And of course, having evenly to punch through the board too is really good. So yeah, some standard Ritual Beast stuff here. Then our last list, we have a little bit more Yubel action for you here. I see that we were getting creative here. We're playing one copy of the Chaos Summoning Beast in here. Alright. So, I mean, hey, Triple Dark Beckoning, the one of Chaos Summoning. Still, you're navigating around the one opening the Spirit Gates. Things happen. There's not really much you can do about that. I see we have a 1-1 split here on the Yubel stuff, which is fine. And I see somebody was actually playing the Curry Photon in here. You gotta love to see this. This takes me home to the country roads, where the Yubel monster cannot deal fatal lethal to me, and I can still get away with having victory in this fight. I mean, I sound like I'm summoning a half-Egyptian god, but no, it was me, no damage all along. Yeah, there's really nothing else too crazy to talk about. This two-track is a little bit interesting, but okay. So here's your breakdown for this event. You love to see options, and that's what I'm here for, honestly. So please, comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.